Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up! In the UK. Thank you for joining me today. Today's craft along tutorial is to make a pop-out swing card, just like this. This one is a little bit different in that I've put a space at the back here, this piece, to put a gift card in. So you don't have to do that, you could just have a panel. When I first started making the card, that wasn't my intended idea, but as I was playing and crafting along, I was thinking, oh, what could I get them as a gift? And a gift card seems like a good idea. How can I incorporate that into the card? So there you go. It does stick out a little bit on mine because I wasn't planning on it. I put slightly too much glue, but it's such a tiny amount. I actually don't think it matters, and it makes you aware that it's more than a card that they're getting straight away. But you could easily adapt yours by pushing it in slightly and maybe not putting so much glue on this edge. I just punched this shape out from a retired punch that I've got, just because I like the edge on it. You could just do a circle, just so you could just grip the edge, or you could just do it that you don't have that panel at all. It's entirely up to you. I really like this paper. This paper is the Rings of Love paper from Stampin' Up! That you can earn free during celebration, which runs through July and August. It's perfect for new home cards just because it's covered in houses, and makes you straight away think of that. So that's what I've used. I've also used one of the stitched rectangle dies that Stampin' Up! Have got in their set. Love stitched dies, just adds such a lovely detail. I don't know if you can see round there, but it's really lovely. Just gives it a nicer finish. The house I've fussy cut from the paper. You Did It is part of this Amazing Phrases stamp set. Again, you can earn it free during celebration. The New Home is a die that I've got in my stash, and inside the Best of Luck and the florally bit is the stamps from the Honeybee Home set. So just to bring it all together, I've used Night of Navy paper, and I've also used some soft suede just because it brings out the colours that are in the designer series paper that I've used. So how are we going to make it? You need a couple of pieces of card. A standard card base, really, I would say, is what this is, and then a piece for the inside panel. So let's see if I can get that going. So the inside, or the base card, is just a standard card base that I've cut. So on an A4 sheet, you would turn it on the long side and cut it at 5 7/8. Turn it on the long side again and score, well, make sure it's 8 2/8. Yeah, 8 2/8, and then score it at 4 1/8. So that's a load of measurements there. Basically, your card base is like that, okay? So then we're going to take that and we're going to straight away stick our piece of designer series paper to the front. Just without die cutting or anything, we're just going to stick it straight on the front. I've done mine 1/8 of an inch smaller. So this piece of designer series paper is 4 inches by 5 6/8, or 5 3/4. It just gives enough of a frame around it that you can see the navy without it overpowering it. Okay, and that just gets stuck straight on there. Now then I'm going to take my stitched rectangle die and I'm going to die cut it out. Now if you're into exact measurements, maybe look away. You can measure on each 4 sides and just get it in the centre. I am just going to do mine by eye, and I am going to run it through the cut and emboss machine from Stampin' Up. I'm just going to put some washi tape just on there and there to hold it where I think it's in place and run it through. Bring that back over. Now what you're left with is a nice rectangle panel that you can use on another card, all ready to go. Or you could use it as a tag on the gift that you may be giving this person, the recipient of the card, and that should come straight out. Oh look, didn't quite do it there. Why does that always happen when you're on camera? Just going to give that a little bit of an edge there. Okay, so that's your card done, your card base. Now we are going to, can you see the detail on the dies left behind as well, which is why I really like these dies. Okay, now the inside piece, okay. I've done mine in soft suede, like I said. That is going to need to be 5.5 by 6.5. So I am going to cut, just check that I have got that. 5.5, like so, by 6.5. So 6.5. So it doesn't look anything at all that, does it? Just to get these bits of washi tape off me. Then what you're going to do is on the longer side, on the 6.5 side, you are going to score it at 1 7/8, 1 7/8, 3 3/4, 3 3/4, and 5 5/8. Like so, okay, just bring that back over and turn it round so the thinner score line is on this side, okay, and now we're just going to bend it and see where it's going to go. So we're going to bring this back in, and what you're looking for is that this, so I've got 1 2 3, the middle fold needs to be lined up with the middle of your card, like so, like that, okay. Then you bring this piece over and we're going to put some glue on this and stick it down. Now if you are leaving this for the gift card bit, do you imagine that the gift card's going to be like so? You just want to put some glue on either edge and just a very thin line along there. If you're not doing the gift card, you can just put glue over the whole thing. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to put glue over the whole thing because I'm just going to stick it down as normal. So just making sure before I stick it that I'm on the middle crease of my card. And I'm also having a look around to make sure that I've got a border at the top and a border at the bottom that I'm happy with. Okay, so that bit is stuck. Now, this side. So we're going to bring this over. And like I said just now, if you are into measuring, please just look away. You're going to take a pair of your scissors, and what you're going to do is cut from here to the fold, so the first score line. So you are just cutting to there, so you've got that bit there, okay, and you're going to do the same here on this side. You can measure and do it, make sure you're happy. But what this does without measuring, it eliminates if you've got your rectangle in the wrong place on the front. You haven't got to worry about that because you're doing it by that. So now you can see I've got these two flaps. Now these actually are going to get folded back like this, but I don't want them to show on the front. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut them again here, just about 1/8 of an inch, like so, so that they, oh, let me show you, and this little piece here gets removed. Which way round to do it to show you? Like so. So you end up with that piece off, and I'm just going to do it again here. So it really is just 1/8 of an inch. Oh, do it again, cut that little piece off, like so. Okay, so now when I fold those pieces back, and just fold them back there, and turn it over, you can't see them. Okay, you can't see the bits that are folded back. So now fold that piece back and just put some glue on each of those. Well, they're like tabs. So one goes there, one goes there. Bring it back again, make sure they're down, and just stick those down there, and just make sure you're happy with the way it looks. It may be that you want to tuck this little bit in because there's a little bit of a fold showing where I've cut. Just going to fold that down like so. Okay, so now what happens, just give it a little bit of help. That folds in like that, and you've got your front of your card. Now, you take the same rectangle and you die cut the shape, exactly the same. This will get stuck on there, okay, like that. So you can decorate that whatever you want. But I'm first going to do my panels on the inside. Because what I found on this one is that I wanted the designer series paper behind my rectangle, and if I go and stick that on first, I won't be able to do that. So let's do those panels. So I know that this is 5.5, and I know that each panel is 1 7/8. So in order to fit a panel on it, I need it 1 6/8. And I need it 5 3/8. Okay, and then what happens is that fits exactly in that panel there. So I'm going to do that again. It's 1 6/8 or 1 3/4 by 5 3/8. And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do that one there, like so. Okay, so I'm going to stick those in place straight away before I change my mind over which side of the designer series paper I want. There you go, there's one there, and this one here. So I definitely could see this card being useful as a gift card holder as well, for lots of reasons. It's a little bit special, so you could make it into a really nice anniversary card or an engagement card or something. Right, the middle panel is where I like to have my message. So I'm just going to cut that exactly the same size. So what was it, 1 6/8. 3/4. Let's say 1 3/4 because it's not so confusing. 1 3/4 by 5 3/8. Okay, so that's definitely that size there. Okay, I am just going to stamp on it, I think. So I really do need a couple of new home cards, so I'm going to do exactly the same on this one. I'm going to do the best of luck. It's always nice to send somebody some good luck. Now this stamp is a little bit tricky because it's at an angle. So with a hope and a prayer. Ta-da! That's amazing. I can't believe that's nearly lined up. And I'm going to use this one, which is this, just to put a little detail in the corner. So I am going to put something behind there, just so I can stamp off. Don't know if you can see that. Like so. And now I'm going to do the same in the top corner. Add some more ink. Just like so. Because the actual bit that you can see, no one knows that you put the flower on sideways. Okay, it just looks like it was meant to be. It's always nice stamping half on and half off because there's no right or wrong. It just looks like it was meant to be. Okay, so that's just going to go there, like that. Then we come to the front again. So I'm just checking that that all folds and that it's happy. Now our front piece, you did it, I think is a great sentiment to put on a new home card because it's an exhausting process, isn't it? Where's my stamping block gone? So we'll have that at the top again. You did it. Lovely. Have we got a house? That's my other bit that I've coloured. So now I've got 2 of those. I need a piece of the house paper so that I can fussy cut a house. Where is that all gone? I have to cut it from this one. Let's do that very quickly. Which one should we do? Let's do this one. So sometimes it is good to have a little bit of what's going on around the actual image. So this one I am very speedily cutting around the house because I know it's technically like watching paint dry when you're watching somebody cutting. It's painful. So, sorry, I should have done this before, but we're nearly there. Stick with me. Oh, 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 no, there's a tree, done. Okay, so that's going to go, well, that's going to cover up my ink splot now. There, and then I have got these dies that I've put the Stampin' Up! Adhesive sheet on the back because it turns anything into a sticker. It's amazing. So that is going to go there. And this one, just peel that off the back. You'd have to fiddle with glue. Look at that. Job done. New home. And I need a dimensional or 2. I'm sure there's some of those around. Look at that, the dregs of them. Let's see if I can get some out of this. Nearly there. Then we can do our ta-da moment. Okay. Last one. So hide that ink splot. That can go like that. You did it. New home. card back in. That's all lovely inside. Fold it flat because then you know where to put glue on this bit. So you want it on the card but also on the DSP. Okay. And now fit that in like so. So you could do this with a square if you've got some nice squares. That would look really nice. Just going to hold that for a moment and make sure it's pressed down. And there we have it. Oh, ta-da! Ta-da! Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Well, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that little craft along of our pop-up swing card. I hope I've made it a little bit easier for you so you can see just how exciting it is to make this card. There's the one with the gift card on the side. See, not a lot of difference in it at all. Thank you for watching. If you liked my videos, please subscribe. I try and post every week on a Friday when life doesn't get in the way, as it has a tendency to do. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and you can shop with me in the UK at createtheottaway.co.uk. Oh, thanks for watching. Bye.